Hey you, how's it going? That light above the oven's broken again, by the way. I couldn't remember. Do you have to work overtime again tonight, hun?
Oh no, not again. Dom, you've got to stop letting the steam get up in there. You know it damages the electrics. I'm alright. Tired though. It feels like today will never end. Yeah, that's the plan. It would be nice to finish on time for a change. Lately I've been completely swamped with work. You're same as usual, aren't you? Seeing as you have the time, could you grab the laundry out of the dryer and fold it up for me, like I showed you how to do?
Oops, sorry. Yep, that's right. But you'll be home late tonight, won't you? Okay, I guess I'll do it. It can be my payback for you cooking dinner last time. It's just that I was wondering about what I should do.
Oh, what's up? Is something the matter?
Well, I'm off tomorrow, so I thought it would be nice to make the most of my time and do something fun. But if you're not there, then even if I get home early, there's like nothing to do.
How about you go out for dinner with your friends every now and then? You were saying to me the other day that you could do with having someone else around, besides me, to hang out with when I can't make it over. Lately, you've just been playing your games all the time, and I don't think it's very good for you to be doing that. You know I don't want to be a nagging wife, but I have been telling you that a lot, haven't I?
I know. It's just that there's a game series I've been a fan of for so long. The newest version has just come out and everything. You can't expect me to not play it.
But it's not really good to shut yourself inside all day long. At least limit the time you play and do something a bit more social or some exercise or whatever. You're going to get out of shape and become a couch potato if you carry on like this.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm starting to get fed up with that game anyway. I got stuck on this kind of boring level that takes forever, and if I die, I go right back to the start, so it's getting tedious and all. I'll try and make more of an effort to get out of the house. At least now the weather's got warmer, I can go out without freezing my butt off.
That's the spirit, babe. Even if it's just for a short while. I guarantee you'll feel glad you made the effort. And don't worry about me, please. I'm happy if you're happy. I just want you to enjoy yourself. After all, it's been a long time since you went out to eat. When was it? Valentine's Day, right? That was so long ago.
Now that you mention it, you're right. Thanks again for paying, by the way. I really thought I'd brought my wallet with me. Okay, you've twisted my arm. I'll go eat out more from now on. Maybe check out that burger joint that opened last month. I heard they do bottomless drink refills.
Glad to hear it. I hope you have a good time. Don't go too mad on the soda, though.
Don't you have the day off of work the day after tomorrow? What are you gonna do after going to see the wedding venue? It'll be pretty early in the day still. We'd still have hours of free time. Where do you want to go after that? Like shopping or something?
I'm not sure myself, really. There's nothing I desperately need to buy right now, so the mall's out. Ooh, shall we go see that space disaster movie you showed me the trailer for? It must be showing at the downtown multiplex by now, and I still have that 2-for-1 voucher somewhere on my phone.
Probably best not to go to that, actually.
Really? Why? Are you sure? To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be so dismissive. Weren't you actually counting down the days from like a month before it came out? Didn't you tell me you wanted to see it over and over?
Well, I did, but the thing is, a guy from work saw it a couple of days ago. And he told me that he wasn't all that impressed. Like, the special effects are a little shonky and the acting isn't great. And the ending is kind of corny and predictable, apparently. So that kind of put me off.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you'd at least want the ending to be good. That must be a bit of a bummer for you after having been so hyped up and building it up in your head. I was kind of getting interested in seeing it as well, to be honest. The lead actor is normally in some pretty good movies. He doesn't normally choose duds, so I figured it must be worth going to see.
Oh well, these things happen though. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. All those live-action remakes of animations that get hyped up like crazy tend to be made pretty badly and the fans get really upset. Yeah, I was excited for it too, so it's a disappointment. But if he said it was bad, it probably was. I mean, he tends to know kind of a lot about the movies, and he watches all the film critic videos on YouTube.
If that's how you feel, I'm not going to force you or anything. There's no point going if you're not into it anymore. It wouldn't be fun for either of us.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't think that you were interested at all. Let's go if you want to, and forget what I just said now.
It's just that you're always putting my needs first regarding the wedding prep, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to do something for you for a change. I think you're neglecting yourself lately and concentrating too much on my needs. You need to look after yourself too. You see what I mean? I hope I make sense.
Oh, well, my hobbies are all a bit dull, really. I mean, I like them, but to other people, they're probably super boring. And even if I were to pick somewhere for us to go, then I don't think there's anywhere in particular that comes to mind. I kind of like just being at home, chilling out and stuff. That's my jam.
Oh, but that reminds me, I just saw something you might like. It said on my news feed here that game that you play a lot, the one that's set in Roman times, is doing a crossover cafe type pop-up. Would you like to check that out?
No way, Caesar's Empire? Really? I didn't realize it had already started. I thought it would be like in a couple of months. But it would be so unbelievably boring for you if I dragged you along.
Hey, that's not true. I think it could be interesting. I like history, after all. Whatever floats your boat. I want to find out more about your interests so I can understand them better, and also see you enjoying yourself. Let's both go together. It's been too long since we've done anything non-wedding related for fun.
Huh? Are you serious? There's gonna be people cosplaying and everything. But if you're really okay with it, then sure.
I am. Right, it's a date. Oh, I better get back to work before someone notices and tells me off. Only a couple more hours to go, then freedom. So, I'll see you in a couple days, okay?
Alright. See you later. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Bye for now. Keep out of trouble.
Wow, that was so awesome. There were a lot of people though. We're lucky we got in. Send me photos of the drinks, okay? They looked so cool. Thanks a lot for coming along with me and for queuing all that time.
Think nothing of it. I had a good time too. That drink turned my tongue bright purple for the rest of the day though. I didn't notice until we got home, so everyone who saw me must have thought I had a weird disease or something. But it was all worth it because I got to see a side of you that you don't normally show me. You're giddy with excitement.
Oops, I got a bit overexcited, didn't I? Looking back, it was all a bit cringy. Sorry if I showed you up. I'm just really into that stuff and there aren't normally events near us.
Oh no, you did nothing of the sort. Everyone around you was the same way, if not worse. I was getting pretty sucked into it myself. You were exactly like a kid in a candy store, though.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you did seem to be enjoying it more than I expected you to. Even though you've never actually played the game yourself. It must have all seemed pretty alien to you, right?
You'd think so, but actually I think I kinda got it. After all, don't forget that I've seen you playing that game for hours on end, haven't I? I should be an expert by now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess since the apartment is so small, you didn't really have anywhere else to sit when I was playing. There were times when I could feel you staring at me from behind, so to be honest, it was a bit hard to concentrate on what I was doing. And because of that, it would take me much longer than usual to clear all the levels.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I was putting you off when I sat there. I tried not to say anything in order to let you concentrate. I just thought the characters looked cute and all. Like that girl with a pink dress and bunny ears. Though what she was doing in a game set in ancient Rome, I have no idea. How would you feel if I tried playing sometime? You could teach me.
Are you serious? I said before, I really don't think you'd be much good at it.
Is it really such a difficult game to play? I beat you at air hockey that time when we went bowling. Remember that?
That was totally different. You're hardly what anyone could call a gamer, right? When was the last time you actually played online? Never, right?
Well, I don't suppose I've ever really done anything like that.
I've been playing for a long time now, so I'm pretty much a pro by now. You can't just suddenly get good at doing these things, and you're too fragile. You'll lose straight away the first few times and then get discouraged and give up and storm off in a huff. Most girls are like that, so I wouldn't let it get you down. There are people out there who get so disheartened it messes them up, and I wouldn't want to see you get upset.
Oh, is that right? I guess you know best when it comes to these things. Well, I suppose there are some pretty difficult games out there, but if they weren't difficult, then they wouldn't be much of a challenge.
Yeah, that's true. It's a matter of inbuilt skill, though. I don't think that you'd pick it up. Anyways, aren't you always preoccupied enough with other stuff? Like the wedding planning and your family? I hope your dad's feeling better after his fall. Surely you don't have time to be playing games. What, with work and everything, you must be swamped.
I know. Things are kind of hectic, aren't they? I don't know whether I'm coming or going. There's so much to do. I just figured it would be nice for us to share a hobby, as a couple and everything. Can you see where I'm coming from? Sorry if it sounds silly.
I appreciate the sentiment, but there is no need to put yourself out for me. We may be into different scenes, but before long, we'll be sharing the rest of our lives together. We're gonna be having plenty in common with each other. Not just things like hobbies.
Alright, I see your point. I'm sorry if I'm going on and on. Oh, my dad's just calling me, so I'll talk to you later, okay? And don't stay up too late playing those games. You know you'll feel rotten in the morning.
Yep, okay, I'll try to get an early night. But before bed, I'll just play a couple of rounds. I've got some challenges left to complete that shouldn't take too long. Good night.
Sweet dreams. Sorry it's taken me a while to get back to you. I had to stay with my dad at the hospital for longer than expected. Seems like we were waiting forever to go in, but it turned out the doctor hadn't come in till late, so there were a lot of patients waiting. Luckily, I'd brought a gardening magazine for Dad, and I could finish up a report to kill time. And he was pretty tired afterwards, so I stayed at his for a bit and made him a late lunch. He perked up after he had a cup of tea and some ham sandwiches.
Oh no, don't worry about it. As long as he's okay, just take as long as you need. Is your dad okay?
Oh yeah, he's doing all right. Well, for now, there's talk of him being admitted as a precaution. So we'll see how that plays out. I obviously don't want him in there, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
What? You mean he'll be staying in the hospital? Oh man, I didn't realize it was like that. Is it serious?
No, it's just so he can have some scans done. He's in his 70s now, so they're just following procedures. It'll be for the best. He's prone to pushing himself too far, and he wouldn't tell me himself if he didn't feel right.
I'm impressed he's still working in that barber shop. I expected him to retire 5 years ago, but he seems to love to keep busy. Do you think I should try to go see him sometime as well? Take some chocolates or flowers or something?
Stop fretting. He's not quite at that point yet. He wouldn't want to think he'd worry you either. Knowing my dad, he would probably just end up feeling guilty and awkward.
But as your fiancé, I think it's the least I can do. It looks pretty bad if he knows that I know all about his state and yet don't show any concern for him. I don't want to give him that impression from so early on.
I keep telling you, there's no need to worry about it. But I've got to think about Mom too. She's trying way too hard to put on a brave face, and I need to be there to comfort her and give her lots of hugs. I'm the one who should be apologizing, as I can't come to your place and spend time with you.
Hey, don't let that bother you. I'm totally fine here on my own. Right now, you need to think about your dad's health and your mom's well-being. Those are the most important things.
I really am sorry about all this.
Hey, stop apologizing. And anyway, this weekend there's a big gaming event on. I can just play games all day to pass the time. If anything, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, games yet again?
Hey, lighten up, it was just a joke.
I don't suppose that means you've been trying to follow my advice.
Does it show? I thought that if I put it like that, you wouldn't notice. You know, because I care about your feelings and all.
Oh, thank you, babe. It means a lot to hear you say that.
There's honestly no need to worry about me. Right now, you need to focus on your parents instead and make sure to take good care of them.
Yeah, especially since I don't have any other siblings who can help out. Thanks for being there for me.
Once things have calmed down, you can drop me a message, okay? But in the meantime, just do what you need to. I can take care of myself. Remember to let them know from me that I hope your dad gets better real soon.
Sure, I will. Thanks again.
Like I've already said 100 times, I'll be totally fine. Okay, let's talk whenever you're able to again. Bye.
Yep, okay. I'll see you when I see you. Hey, I am so sorry to bother you so early. It's just that Dad's been admitted to hospital again, and I'll likely have quite a lot on my plate, as if it wasn't busy enough already.
Huh? Oh, really? Wow, that's a shock. Is he being admitted so he can have more tests and things done again?
Oh, well, it's a bit different this time, to be honest.
So that means he's going in for real? But why?
They're suspecting he has cancer. But it's still in the early stages. Lucky it got caught so quickly. Mom was always pushing him to get checked out if he ever felt like something was wrong, but he actually listened to her this time. So he'll probably be okay. At least that's what I want to think.
Are you actually serious? He has cancer? Is it really that bad?
Yes, it is.
I'm doing perfectly alright here, so put me out of your mind. Just spend as much time as you can with your dad while you can.
Thanks. Will do.
Your mom must be really feeling like she's been hit by a freight train right now. It must be super tough on her. I can't even imagine what she's going through.
I think you're taking the news worse than any of us. But really, things are okay over here. I mean, of course it's a shock, but we're staying strong. The doctor even tried to reassure us, and I think she knows what she's talking about. I don't think she'd fill us with false hope on purpose. Do you?
But it's really not okay though. Even with all the medical advances that are happening all the time, it's still cancer. You know, the big C that everyone dreads. I'd really be freaking out if it were me.
I know, it sounds scary. But it doesn't help you getting all worked up. I end up feeling anxious too as a result.
Oh, no, I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to. But hey, you know, my granddad was diagnosed with cancer too, and he didn't last long after that. So you can understand why I'm a bit, you know.
Oh, I see. Sorry for making light of it as well. Even though the doctor was reassuring, it's really weighing on my mind.
Yeah, totally. You never know what might happen.
But I really do think that ultimately Dad will get through this. But at the very least, we'll have to alter the wedding plans to accommodate for everything. It'll only be a slight delay, I think, but it's necessary.
Absolutely. The wedding stuff is all trivial anyway. Delaying it isn't an issue at all. We can get married anytime. There's no need to rush. We'll just reschedule. As long as we do it in the end, what's the problem?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm 100% happy with being sidelined, honest. Your family is more important than anything. Oh, I feel so useless though. I wish there was something at all I could do to help.
I know. I feel better knowing you're supporting me. That's more than enough. Apologies for worrying you like that.
Don't apologize. I consider your mom and dad as my parents too. It's only natural to be so concerned for them.
Yeah, I get that.
Everything's up in the air and mega stressful at the moment. So I'll go and see your parents in person in a bit.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, I won't try to talk you out of it. It's very kind of you, thank you. I'll pass the message on to Dad.
Hang in there, Leah. We need to do everything we can to support your mom now.
Gotcha. If anything happens, I'll be sure to let you know.
Okay, no need to rush. Whenever is fine. I'll be here. Take care and get well soon to your dad. I told you it'll all work out great. People never recover completely from cancer. It just gets worse and worse, or they think it's gone and it comes back. He's a goner. For now, I just need to make sure he sees the wedding ceremony. And then he'll see how much of a dutiful and devoted son-in-law I am. It'll be a pain, but at least I shouldn't have to keep it up for too long as his days are numbered. And once the inheritance has been distributed, I can seek a divorce. Oh man, I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be for one of my gamer friends. I thought I was messaging them instead. But it got sent to you by mistake. So I thought it best to delete everything.
Oh, is that so? I was in the hospital, so I didn't see it. The signal in here is terrible, and to be honest, I didn't have time to check in any case.
Ah, okay. Phew, that's a relief.
Hang on, about that thing you sent, was it something you'd rather I didn't see?
No, it was nothing like that, honest. It was really just a stupid joke that didn't mean anything. I just meant that you're going through such a stressful time lately. So it doesn't help if you're getting weird and confusing WhatsApp messages that don't make any sense. And I didn't want to make the situation any worse than it already is.
I don't know if you'd particularly be making things worse, but now it makes me want to know what you wrote. After you've said all that?
Yeah, I guess it would. But that's what I was saying. I'm not helping by preoccupying your mind with useless thoughts when you need to focus on the important things. I'm really sorry. Just forget about it. But that's what I meant when I said I was relieved. It wasn't even worth seeing.
I see. How are you doing? You're not just sat playing your games every day, are you?
Well, I am. I mean, it's because I can't see you. It's lonely. And you're in the hospital, so it feels wrong to bother you with messages. I'd rather not do that.
Oh, I understand. Sorry for not being able to spend time with you. Is anything the matter, though?
Nope, everything's just fine. Day in, day out, I go to work and come back, eat something, play a game, and sleep. That's it. It's pretty monotonous.
Yeah, it must be, but I'm glad nothing's up with you.
Anyway, enough about me. How's your dad doing? Is he showing any signs of progress?
Yeah, he keeps on keeping on. Things have calmed down somewhat, and Mom's bearing up okay, too.
You say that. But they could well be trying to put a brave face on, even if it means forcing themselves to. Be sure to let them know that they don't need to do that for your sake.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you're right there.
Saying all that, though, you need to know what would happen in the worst case scenario. How about you try having a chat with them about it?
Worst case scenario?
You know, should your dad... you know...
Oh, yeah, it's always important to be prepared. We've already been discussing it, actually.
He has a life insurance policy and stuff, right? I'll bet it's on the generous side. And don't forget about the inheritance.
Look, I really don't appreciate you talking about money at a time like this. Okay? Cut it out.
But isn't it important? And you can't ignore the house as well, and the holiday home too. That house is far too big for just your mom on her own. It has all those bedrooms and the game room with the pool table. She doesn't need any of that. She'd just end up using like 20% of it or something. There are all kinds of issues like that you need to sort out.
But he hasn't gone anywhere yet.
I am telling you as someone who knows firsthand, that's not the right way to think about it. When it was my granddad, it was such a nightmare. We didn't know who would inherit what. It broke up the family. All we did was fight with each other. Even to this day, my aunt won't talk to my Uncle Stuart because he tried to cheat us all out of getting anything at all.
Wow, sounds like you had a really bad experience.
Well, my case is a bit extreme, I suppose. At least you're an only child. You can just split things with your mom. You probably won't argue much about it.
Sorry, Dom, but Dad's still with us. Don't you think you're being just a little bit insensitive? This isn't the time or a place to be talking about stuff like that.
Sorry if I offended you, but have you ever lost someone? I mean, someone really close to you? You haven't, right? I've had experience of it quite recently, so I can really understand what it's like. And I want to give you advice to make it easier for you to deal with.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your concern, but that concern alone is more than enough. I think about it too, the future and everything.
Yeah, well, it's only natural. You should keep doing that. If you ever feel like talking or anything, you know where I am. Don't hold back.
Got it. I'll let you know straight away. Well, I'll see you later.
Hello, Dominic. Could I have a word with you for a minute? Hey, what's with all the formality? What's up? I'm messaging you on WhatsApp on Leah's behalf. She asked me to, through her tears, of course. What do you mean, she asked you? Who the hell are you? This is Leah's father. Oh, Mr. Hutchins. How are you feeling, sir? I have been so worried about you. Oh, you were concerned for me, were you? It didn't seem like that at all. What do you mean? I told Leah myself on here. I have proof. And I said I'd go visit you. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet because I've been busy. I'll bet you have. Anyways, I'm glad you didn't bother to come over. Oh, sir, I don't think I deserve that. Why would you even say that? That's no way to speak to someone who cares about you so much and holds you in such high regard. Don't you think that you're being a little rude? I don't appreciate that tone. Oh, I am very conscious that you care a lot. You care about my death, for one thing. By which I mean you care about what will happen to my assets. Yes, it's pretty clear that that's been the source of all your concern. Am I correct? Huh? What are you saying? Do you remember that message you sent to my daughter a few days ago? You thought you'd been successful in brushing it off, but she saw everything you wrote. No way. I already explained she got it all wrong. What did she get wrong? Now's your chance to explain it to me right now. In fact, we would both very much like to hear, my wife and I. Go on, we're all ears. No, that's... It's not what you think. What else am I supposed to think? With you saying you'll divorce as soon as you've claimed my money? I did mention separation, but that was because there was this woman who was being a real pain, and I had to say something to get her off my back. Otherwise, she'd never leave me alone. Oh, is that so? And then what? Pray tell. What do you mean, and then what? You say that you'll marry my Leah, and when I die and you get your hands on my estate, you'll divorce her. And straight after that, waste no time in shaking up with that other woman, right? Absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a thing. I am engaged to marry Leah. She's the only person I want to be with. But you will break up with her soon after, won't you? There's no need to do anything so rash. After all, even if you were to marry her and I passed away, there isn't a chance in hell you'd be getting a penny of my money. Why not? That's the way it works if you're a married couple. What belongs to her belongs to me too, and vice versa. There's no keeping things to oneself. The inheritance goes to the person who is eligible to claim it. You're not one of those people, though. You have no right to consider yourself a beneficiary. This is probably the most we've even communicated since we first met. Until now, you've been completely disinterested in us, But now that you have something to gain, you're suddenly oh so concerned. What? Is that right? In any case, there is no way that you are getting married to my daughter. Hell will freeze over before that happens, sonny boy. Huh? Hold on a minute. Why? Why do you say that? I did a bit of research into you and that female friend of yours. All the while Leah has been here by my side, you've been having a jolly good time, haven't you? Not even bothering to go to work, you parasite layabout. Did you plan to spend the rest of your life being a useless couch potato? Yeah, how? How do you know that? You met her through those games that you're so fond of playing, is that correct? So it follows that you weren't really very keen on her trying them out too. And you talked her out of it, even though she said herself that she was interested. No way. It's all a big misunderstanding. Listen to me. That was all very easy to find out. You'll marry her once you have what you want. What a shame for you that I'll be hanging around for another 30 years, messing up your little scheme. Hang on, don't you have cancer? That's what Leah told me. You're really sick in the hospital with cancer. At the time of my diagnosis, Leah told you of the developments. She was very concerned for me, but also for your well-being. So she thought it best to let you know so you understood the situation. How honest she is. But the thing is, after that, you went and put your foot in it and sent all those messages. If you think back, you'll realize that she didn't in reality explain to you what had happened to me. I'm not really following you. I think it will come to you as rather disappointing news that I am not at death's door just yet. What I have is, in fact, prostate cancer. And it's still very early on, so plenty of opportunity for intervention before it progresses. So, you see, things won't pan out the way that you've been gleefully imagining they would. Are you serious? Leah was truly shaken up by your message. Fancy you having your eyes on her and her mom's rightful inheritance. Believe me, I was just joking. I love your daughter with every fiber of my being. I'll do anything for her. I honestly want to get married to her. Spending every day sharing your room with your piece on the side? What a cozy arrangement that must be. Despite the fact that you're so utterly devoted to your fiancé. You're wrong. She's my rock. I always intended to talk to Leah. I just needed to do it when the time was right, and that never really happened. Is that the best excuse that you can muster up? But it's not an excuse, Yes, it's... Do you have a romantic attachment to that other woman? Not even a little bit. If I wasn't wanting to marry Leah, then she would bother me by following me around everywhere. I couldn't stand that. She also threatened me, saying she'd tell Leah everything. She threatened and terrorized me. That's quite a story. Yes, I think I understand. At the beginning, she was just an acquaintance I made through gaming. But before I knew it, she was acting like she was my actual girlfriend. She was just deluded. She even tried to involve Leah in her little drama. Are you done with your tall tales now? Oh, you look awfully desperate with your attempts to deceive me. It's quite amusing, honestly, to see you flailing around like this. I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying. You might be interested to learn that your other woman is standing in front of me as we speak, actually. No way. I've been set up. What is happening? Is this some kind of joke? I'm being serious. I called her over here. I did it in order to ascertain whether you were telling us the truth or not. What is she doing there with you? Oh man, this is messed up. It's become quite clear that you're the one who initiated the relationship. Once you had started seeing each other, you confessed that you had a significant other you were engaged to. But you started dangling in front of her the proposition of marriage and of inheriting my money. She told Leah what had been happening, that she had fallen for you and so inadvertently started courting and apologized profusely for her actions. At least one of you has a conscience, huh? She was lying to you. She's not right in the head. She'll say anything to get attention. Oh, please, don't get fooled by what she says. You're the one who needs to get their head checked out. There is nothing wrong with me. You've got to believe me, not her. Why wouldn't you be satisfied with knowing Leah would be your wife? Why did you feel the need to fool around with young women you find on the net or in your games? And then, to top it all off, how low down and deluded must you be to think that you'd be walking away with my inheritance that my daughter is entitled to? What is going on in that tiny little brain of yours? Well, there will be no wedding. Consider it well and truly cancelled. A scumbag like you will never be fit for my daughter, not in a million years. I would do everything within my power to make sure it never, ever happens. Oh, hey, hear me out, please. This is all just one big misunderstanding. The only mistake I could have made would have been allowing the wedding to go ahead. I'd never forgive myself for that. I'm so glad everything came out to the surface before you tied the knot. Let me tell you. The damage to Leah was at least limited before her life was completely and utterly ruined by you. Yes, it was truly a lucky escape. No, oh, please, sir, have mercy. I swear on my life that I won't ever do anything like this ever again. I am begging you to let me apologize to Leah too. As if I would do such an idiotic thing as that. In any case, she certainly doesn't want to see you. She has made it very clear to me that if she ever lays eyes on your smug, nauseating little face, she'll be compelled to ram your game controller where the sun doesn't shine. I have notified your parents of the situation too, so you can't go crying to them expecting sympathy. They're on their way to the house right now. My parents are going to your house? They've never even met you. Yeah, and might I say that I have no idea where you get your self-serving deviousness from. They have been terribly forthright and helpful in providing us with the information that we were after. They are quite confident that all the blame for this sorry affair lies with you. The only saving grace is the fact that you are still engaged, and it wasn't too late to put a stop to this. So your parents have lost all faith in you. They say they wish to cut you out of their lives for good. What? Just hold on there. You have no right to be saying these things to me. Tell me the truth. I am telling you the truth. You're the only liar here. Like my daughter and myself, they wish to have nothing to do with you ever again. Don't bother trying to call or visit them or even send them a message. They won't answer. You may as well be a stranger to them. Except that if you were a stranger, they would likely be more apathetic towards you. Anyways, it's the only thing that can be done when a son has caused so much wanton destruction and pain to the ones he is supposed to love. You couldn't have hurt them more if you tried. You are the absolute lowest of the low. No way, that is unfair. You have to listen to my side of the story too. There is nothing more that I wish to hear from you. You were cheating on my Leah. That's the bottom line, end of the discussion. But listen to me. You were engaged. Let's not forget that you wasted 4 years of my poor daughter's life. The wedding venue was chosen, invites sent out, the cake reserved, and Leah put her all into making her special day the one she had always dreamt of. Too bad her husband-to-be was such an utter scumbag. We expect you to pay for your affair, of course. You will never utter a single word to, nor come near my daughter ever again, or, mark my words, you will live to regret it. Well, that is to say, you'll be lucky if you do live after that. That is totally going overboard. People have affairs all the time. It's normal. Come on, it was only once or twice. A bit of fooling around that didn't mean anything. Once or twice, you say? That's not what I heard from your lover, or should I say ex-lover. unless each time was extraordinarily prolonged. I know you're lying because she told me that it has been going on for at least 6 months. I've told you over and over again she's the liar. Your dishonesty knows no bounds, does it? Never darken my doorstep again. Oh, please, this is insane. I've been set up. I'm innocent, I tell you. Mr. Hutchins, wait. I am on my knees. I am begging you, please.
After taking everything into consideration, Dom's parents decided to cut him off from his own inheritance too. He was also made to sign legally binding documents to declare that he would keep his distance at all times from that point onwards. Pathetic, whining messages of apology were sent, but as would be expected, were ignored and he was blocked. His deeply repentant girlfriend also paid voluntary compensation for the trouble without such futile words of protest. I've heard she's also ceased communicating with him. Word of the sordid affair and breaking off of his engagement looks to have spread as far as his workplace. The office is awash with rumors of his antics, and they are a source of deep humiliation. Of course, no one had any clue that he had his eyes fixed on Dad's estate, so it came as a huge shock to everybody. I'm just so relieved that it all came to light before we were legally bound in marriage. Who knows what would have happened if things had gone that far?
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.
Michelle! I'm ready to come home now, so can you come and pick me up? Man, I'm so wasted right now. I think I drank way too much.
The wedding reception's over already? Do you have any other way of getting home? Or do I really have to go all the way over there to pick you up?
Oh, wait. I forgot I was staying at a hotel tonight. I'm not even in town. I didn't even realize. Sorry, my mind went totally blank.
Alright. It was your sister Anya's wedding, wasn't it? Are you going to be okay? Do you remember the name of your hotel? It's the Grand Jewel Hotel, okay?
Of course I remember. Room 2012, right? I emptied out my wallet on drinks, but I'm sure I still have enough change for a taxi. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Okay. If you don't have enough, just let me know and I can send you some money for the taxi.
Thanks. By the way, don't you think you're being a little cold? You should have come to the wedding reception. This was a huge celebration. It was a lot of fun, too.
Well, I can't drink, so I didn't want to bring the mood down. I'd also probably feel out of place if everyone else around me was drinking. Just because I didn't go to the reception doesn't mean I didn't offer my congratulations. She is your sister, after all. I'm still really happy for her. I made sure to send her a gift, too.
I mean, I get it. You're an only child. But aren't you really excited about having a sister-in-law?
Yeah, I'm really happy that she considers me like an older sister. It really makes me feel like I'm more of a part of your family now.
I don't really know much about how she feels about our marriage, or if she really does consider you her sister. But anyways, I'm really glad that you've accepted living with my parents, too. It really helps. They took a while to have kids, so they're getting old and need help around the house. But more importantly, they love how their kids are both married now.
Yeah, I can tell. I wonder who's going to have kids first. Us or Anya? If we go in order, it would be us first. But Anya's a lot younger. She's younger than you by 7 years, right?
Yep. She's already an adult, but when you have a sister that much younger than you, she still feels like a cute little kid. It still feels crazy that she's married now. Well then, who's going to give my parents their first grandchild? Ha! I guess we'll have to see how things work out.
Are you going for lunch break soon? Can I talk to you for a bit? I have some news for you.
Yeah, I'm on my break now. I'm about to eat the lunch you made for me. Yay! Anyway, what's up? Is everything okay? Wait, is it good news or bad news?
Good news. Your mom just told me that Anya is pregnant. Apparently, she's already 5 months in. Isn't that great?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's great, but that means she must have gotten pregnant way before the wedding, huh? Yeah, I calculated, and I'm right. Her wedding was 2 months ago, and if she's 5 months in now, then she was already 3 months pregnant at her wedding. Wow. I guess my sister had a shotgun wedding, huh?
A shotgun wedding? What does that mean?
It's when a couple finds out they're pregnant before they officially have their wedding or getting married. They call it shotgun because back in the day, the father of the bride would threaten to shoot the guy and force him to marry her and take responsibility.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad your dad didn't do that. I hope she didn't have morning sickness and all of that during the wedding 2 months ago. I guess Anya is one of those lucky ones. She seems to have been fine. She's already this far along, so things probably have settled down by now. Nothing to worry about. Do you know which hospital she's going to give birth at? If she's coming back home to give birth, I have to help her. Or is she going to have a home birth? OMG, I'd have to clean out the guest room ready for her.
You only just told me about this, so I don't know anything. But she lives with her husband and his mom and dad, so I guess she'd give birth at a hospital somewhere over in their neighborhood, right? Wow. I didn't think she would beat us in having kids, though.
Yeah. I was trying my best to be her wise older sister-in-law, but she's going to have to be the one to teach me about being a mom now. I'm really happy for her, though. I'm also a bit surprised that she got pregnant already. I mean, she was dating the guy for a year, so I guess it's not that surprising, now that I think about it.
They got the order of things messed up, so that's why everything happened so fast. My sister is really indecisive by nature, and she told me she wasn't going to rush getting married, ironically. I'm surprised that she wasn't being careful, though. But at least we made sure to get married first before anything unexpected happened.
Yeah, true. I'm glad it was good news, though. I was kind of worried when your mom called me this morning. She always texts me, so I was surprised when she called. If Anya does come home to give birth, I'd love to give her some help with things. That way, I could learn about a bunch of stuff too.
This calls for a celebration. I'm going out for a drink later. Maybe I should invite some of my friends too.
Oh, Alex, come on. You go out for drinks pretty much every night, even if there's nothing to celebrate. That can't be healthy. When you went to the doctors for a checkup the other day, didn't they say your liver count was high? That means you're drinking too much, doesn't it? I'm starting to get worried about your health.
Don't worry, I'm alright. I'll give my liver a break tomorrow. I just got some great news. I can't just not have a toast to celebrate. If I don't drink to it tonight, then when should I?
Alright, whatever. It's your liver. But take it easy when you come back home, okay? I'll leave the light on for you at the front porch.
Thanks. I'll probably be home at around midnight. I'll let you know when I'm on my way home, if you're not already asleep. Talk to you later. Hey, did you hear from my mom today?
I'm at work. What's wrong? I haven't gotten any messages or calls from her. Is everything all right?
Well, if she hasn't said anything to you, then I guess I'm going to have to tell you. Anya is coming home to give birth. Just like you thought. She's actually on her way there as we speak.
What? What do you mean, as we speak? Like, she's on her way here right now?
Yeah. She's in good health. Plus, her husband was able to take some time off work. So they decided this morning that they were going to come today. They're on the road now.
Wow. That's really short notice. So, her husband is going to stay with us too? I suppose I'll have to help your mom with dinner then. We need to make sure Anya gets a lot of nutritious food for her baby.
Yeah, they didn't really give us a lot of time to prepare. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get everything ready before they get here. So, I'm sorry to ask you, but can you clear out your room for them?
Wait, why? What happened to the guest room? I made sure to put the stuff in the basement, and I even changed the sheets when we spoke about it last time.
Well, the room that you're staying in right now used to be Anya's room, so it just makes sense. So could you just get it ready for them? It's probably only going to be for a couple months at most. You're okay with that, right?
I guess so. So, should I move all my stuff to your room, or should I move them to the guest room?
You should stay in the guest room. Also, there's no space in my room for any more stuff. There's enough mess in there as it is.
But I have all my wedding presents and clothes and stuff in the guest room. Why can't Anya and her husband stay there?
This was the house she spent her whole life in. She can't just stay in the guest room, can she? This is still her home. Plus, she's pregnant. She needs to be as comfortable as possible. She's coming back home so she can relax and have a safe birth, isn't she? Let her live in her old room for a couple months.
Okay, but what should I do then? If you don't want me to put my stuff in your room or the guest room, then where do you want me to put my things?
Well, I suppose you could rent a storage unit and put your stuff in there and stay in a hotel for a bit. Or you could go back to your parents' house for a bit. Up to you.
Huh? What, I can't even stay in the house? I don't get it. Why not?
Like I said, she's coming home. I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. This is the first time she's giving birth, so she's probably anxious and worried about a bunch of things. Can't you just help her out this one time?
I was ready to help her, though. I wanted to cook for her and keep her company. I thought this was a good chance to get to know her better, too. I'm sure she would need someone to help her out. But if you kick me out of the house, how do you expect me to help her? Even if I did stay at a hotel nearby, where would I get the money to pay for the room? Are you going to at least pay for it?
You have a job, don't you? And you still have money in your savings from before we got married, don't you? Can't you just do this one thing for your family?
What? I'm your wife! Do I not count as your family? How could you do this to me?
Sure, but not by blood. My sister is literally my family by blood. But you and me, we don't even have kids. Besides, my family doesn't know you that well, so... You're an outsider in a sense, and my sister needs her space. If you're going to complain when you're not even my family, then you should probably leave.
I see. Well, I'll leave if that's what you want. You and your family want to leave me out of everything, even though I'm your wife. Whatever. I'm going back to my parents' house then. I'll get my stuff after I finish with work.
Good. If you want to help out so badly, then come back here from your mom's house, okay?
It takes me 2 hours one way to get here from my parents' house. I can't just come back that easily.
Right. I know your parents live really far. Maybe you can come once a week?
You know what? Don't even worry about it. I'm never coming back to this house ever again anyways.
What? What does that mean?
I'm an outsider, right? You just said it. I'm not your family. I don't think I need to waste my time to try and explain it to you.
Hey, what's wrong with you? What are you trying to say? Why didn't you come to the house yesterday? Even the day before that, you left my mom to bring my sister's stuff into the house when they came. And you took my car. I need it back right now. Bring it back and you can take the train back to your mom's house.
Nope. I'm an outsider. We're strangers. Why are you getting mad at me for not helping your sister? I don't have anything to do with your family.
Oh, come on, Michelle. I didn't know what else to do. I needed to make sure my sister came home and lived comfortably, so I said some really mean things to you. I wasn't really thinking. Are you going to hold the fact that I called you an outsider for the rest of my life? I'm sorry, okay? So, can you bring back the car and come and help your sister-in-law?
Today's Sunday, so you should be off from work. How about you help her, Alexander? Isn't that your precious baby sister? She's your family who you love oh so much, isn't she? I don't think you should rely on some stranger to take care of your family. You were willing to kick me out of your house to make her comfortable, so do it yourself.
Are you seriously going to hold on to that? I apologized, so get over it. You're not a child, so act like the grown adult you are.
It's really nice being back at my parents' house. It's a lot less stressful, and I don't have to be so careful around them. I understand why Anya would want to go back to her parents' house to have her baby. She can have her parents help with the baby, and she can focus on recovering after she's given birth.
You're really not staying at the hotel nearby? Didn't you say that it takes 2 hours to get here from your mom's place? You should have gotten the hotel room so you don't have to take so long to get here. Isn't that what I told you to do?
Why should I be the one to stay in the hotel? I was finally able to leave your house, so why wouldn't I go back to my parents? I'm not staying in a stupid hotel.
What are you talking about? You were so happy about Anya's pregnancy, weren't you? You were so excited to help her.
Yeah, I was. I wanted us all to help her as a family. But that was before you kicked me out and called me an outsider. You don't need me.
Stop holding that over my head. I said I was sorry. I shouldn't have said that to you. You're my wife, so of course you're family. I feel really bad for saying that.
Doesn't matter. We've been strangers to each other ever since you said that. So it's no use. I'm not your wife anymore either.
What the hell are you on about now? This isn't the time for fooling around with me. I'm being serious.
So am I. Oh, I guess you haven't realized it yet. We're already divorced! I probably should have told you earlier, but I was waiting to see if you'd notice.
What? I never signed any divorce papers. If you wrote my name in without my permission, it's not valid. You can get arrested for forging my signature.
Oh, did you forget? When we got married, we also prepared a prenup just in case anything happened.
I don't remember doing all that. Why would we sign one after getting married? That doesn't make any sense.
Did you forget what you told me to? You're the one who suggested we do it. You told me that it was just in case I couldn't trust you anymore, so I could divorce you whenever I felt it was right.
Oh. Now that you mention it, I signed it and gave it to you as a good luck charm. I thought it would actually have an opposite effect and prevent us from getting a divorce. But who cares? I never agreed to a divorce, so it's still invalid. You need my permission before you do things like that.
There's both your signature and mine on the divorce papers, so whether or not you wanted to, it's still valid and legal. I don't need your permission. They processed it without any problems. I don't trust you anymore. Plus, you kicked me out of your house. I figured that this was the best time to submit my little good luck charm.
I didn't kick you out. I just told you to give Anya your room until she gave birth and went back to her own house. It's not even for that long. I didn't want her to feel like she wasn't welcome in the house that she grew up in. I couldn't let her stay in the guest room. Can't you understand that?
If you're going to complain even when you're not even my family, then you should probably leave. That's literally what you said to me. So what's wrong with leaving like you told me to? We don't have kids together or anything, so there wasn't anything holding me back. This was the perfect time to divorce you.
Stop nitpicking with little details like that. Think of the bigger picture. You're not a child, so stop acting like one for the last time.
I could say the same thing to you. Don't you think you should take responsibility in the things you say? You're a grown man. Oh yeah, I should let you know before I forget. You keep telling me to give you back the car, but that car belongs to me.
What? What do you mean? We've shared that car for our entire marriage. You can't just take it for yourself when it's convenient for you.
Yep. My parents bought me that car as a wedding gift. I'm the one who paid maintenance and taxes on it. I know you'll have to drive it around like it was yours, but in the end, that car is in my name. Even the insurance. I didn't have a choice but to use that married couple plan, but I still used my money. You can't claim this car in the slightest.
What? That's the only car we had. You can't just take it for yourself. What am I supposed to drive? That's not fair. My job is a 45-minute drive away, and I can't take public transport for that. It would probably take hours.
That sounds like it's not my problem, to be honest. That has nothing to do with me. If you need a car, then why don't you just go buy one? You never contributed a single penny to the household expenses, so you must have enough money for a car. Not that I know how much money you have or anything. You lived on your parents' money and mine. Isn't that right? You took money from the paycheck I got from my part-time job. You must have a lot saved up.
My dad is about to quit his job. That's why I can't afford to buy a car right now. I don't even have that much money myself.
Don't blame it on your poor dad. But guess what? I know why you don't have any money. You definitely don't know how I know this, but I know.
Why are you being so cryptic? What are you talking about?
You've been cheating on me, haven't you? Since way before we got married. The woman works at the same place as you, right? Crawford, was it? Lucy Crawford?
Where did you get that stupid idea from? How dare you? Lucy's just a co-worker. Sometimes she just happens to go out for drinks with us, but that's it.
Oh, really? She just happens to go out with you for drinks, just like how you happen to go to the same hotel as her. Multiple times? Cool. I don't know if you were drunk or whatever, but you've accidentally sent me messages that were meant for her. What, you still haven't realized?
What? Are you serious? I don't remember doing anything like that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you don't remember? That's convenient. Do you need me to remind you? I have all the screenshots in a folder in my camera roll. My favorite one was when you tried to text her at 3 a.m. and you sent her a very, let's just say, interesting picture.
What? Okay, fine. I remember now. How could I have been so frickin' stupid?
Don't ask me. This is definitely a case of infidelity, and it's perfect grounds for divorce. You barely just quit smoking, but you still ended up blowing all your money on alcohol and gambling. Look at you.
Listen, the divorce hasn't gone through yet, has it? Come back, okay? You can stay in the guest room, or even your own room. I promise. Just come back, okay? Anya's due to give birth next month, so please come back home while you can. I'll let you do whatever you want. Just cancel the divorce. Please.
You didn't read anything I just sent, did you? The divorce has already been processed and completed. We are officially and legally strangers and mean nothing to each other. I don't have any business going back to that house or seeing your dumb face ever again. You can forget about it.
What the hell? You can't be serious. This is all my fault. I'm sorry. I never thought it would turn into something like this. I was wrong. So please, you have to come back.
I don't have to do anything. You can apologize all you want, but I'll never forgive you. It's too late for that. I'm never setting foot in your town ever again. Oh wait, I forgot. I guess I have to see your face at least one more time. In our domestic relations trial. See you in court! Thanks a bunch for the money you sent me. Tell your GF Lucy I said thanks too.
Man. What the hell do you want now? We're divorced. I gave you your stupid money. What else do you want from me?
Is Anya still at your house? She had her baby, didn't she?
She had the baby last month and she's been recovering. She went back to her house last week, too. During that time, Anya's husband came to visit a couple times and he kept asking about you. He was so damn annoying about it, actually.
Oh, that's good to hear. Now that Anya's gone, I guess that means I can put my plan into motion soon.
What plan? What the hell are you talking about now? You better not try anything stupid, Michelle.
You see, my parents keep saying that they won't feel better about this whole situation until I get my revenge on you. They tell me how they feel hurt that you lied to me and deceived me. They did not like what you did to me.
They're really mad, if you couldn't already tell.
You've met my parents on multiple occasions. They don't take kindly to anyone who hurts their only child.
Revenge? What are you even planning on doing? I gave you money to apologize already. I did my part. There's no reason for revenge.
I'm not sure if you remember or not, but my parents both work in real estate. I probably mentioned it to you once before. They said they're going to purchase all the properties in your area except for your house and build a ton of high-rise apartment condos.
That's just being overly spiteful for no reason. I can't believe you. It's not even that serious.
If your house becomes surrounded by high-rise apartments, you'll probably never see the sun from your windows ever again. Not to mention all the years of loud construction.
You go that far just to get back at me? That's so stupid. Do your parents have nothing else to do with their lives?
What are you talking about? This is part of their work too. This is actually a very good investment for their business. Besides, those extremely cheap property prices might go up now. If the apartment buildings raise the land prices, maybe you could sell your land as a parking lot. If I were you, I wouldn't want to stay in that house anymore. And guess what? Your parents even agreed to it. That makes the process a lot easier, since they're the actual owners of the property.
What? My parents did not agree to your dumb plan. I don't believe it. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. My father built this house with his own 2 hands.
They said when you get old and own real estate, it can become really troublesome when it comes to processing the inheritance. That's why they plan on selling their land while they're still healthy enough to do that. They said they're going to save the money they get from selling the land for their retirement.
How do you expect them to spend their retirement when you want them to sell their own house? That makes 0 sense. Where are they going to live?
They told me that they were going to rent a small serviced apartment in a neighborhood designated specifically for the elderly. They sounded pretty excited about it, honestly. They also said it gives them a peace of mind knowing they'll be taken care of over there, instead of their idiot son who does nothing but drink himself to death and waste money on betting on horses.
What makes you think my mom and dad would actually say something like that about me?
Because they actually said it? If you don't believe me, then just wait until you get home from work tonight. They'll tell you all about it. You are their useless son who doesn't contribute a single cent to the house budget, after all. It's no wonder why they feel this way about you. When I told them that you'd use your paycheck all for yourself even after we got married, they were genuinely shocked. They never thought you were such a selfish prick, and neither did I. At the time.
What the hell is your problem? You're going to make my life a living hell now? All because I asked you to leave the house for a short time. How can you be so petty over this? Besides, why haven't my parents told me anything about this yet? Why do you know so much about it? Are you stalking us or something? That's creepy. What, do you have nothing better to do, now that you've divorced me and lost your job? That's the only thing that makes sense.
You know, when I was talking to your parents about the property, They kept telling me how sorry they were that their idiot son turned out to be a cheating alcoholic. Don't you feel embarrassed for forcing your own parents to apologize so much to their own daughter-in-law? You're so pathetic. Oh, by the way, the company that I worked at before getting married rehired me. So, concerning jobs, I'm good. I'm not a jobless bum like you.
Huh? How do you know that I quit my job too? You are stalking me! I'm going to call the cops on you.
Chill. Your mother told me, and so did your little friend Lucy. News spread throughout your company about your affair, and you started feeling weird about it, so you quit, right? You've been out of a job for a whole 2 months. Lucy told me that she quit too, but she found a new job almost instantly, unlike you.
Damn it! Why do you know so much? I didn't even know that. What are you going to do to me?
Oh, I'm not doing anything to you. Except the whole selling your neighborhood thing. Your mom told me how she would hate for you to just sit around that house doing nothing all day, so... Do you want me to recommend some jobs for you? Most of them are related to my parents' company, though.
Your parents hate my guts, though, don't they? Why would they want me to work for them? Wouldn't they rather see me suffer?
Well, about that. That might be true, but I'm going to have to request money for child support from you.
What? Child support? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know, would you? Well, the truth is, I found out I was pregnant right around the time I submitted the divorce papers. I never really felt any morning sickness or anything like that, so I went to work like always, even though I wasn't supposed to. My doctor got mad at me for doing that, actually.
You were pregnant? With my child? Well, who knows if that was my child in the first place?
How rude. You're the one who was cheating, not me. I'm not like you, so don't even try it. I got pregnant while we were married, so of course it's yours.
I see. I understand now. Is that another reason why you messaged me for the first time in forever? You messaged me to tell me you were pregnant. What? Did you want to get back together with me or something? If that's not the case, there's no way you'd keep that child.
No chance in hell I'd ever get back with you. I still hate you, but that doesn't mean I'd hate my own child. This child might be yours, but they haven't done anything wrong. When I register the birth, you'll automatically be registered as the father. But that's all the acknowledgement you're going to get as the father. I didn't want to message you, but I figured I should at least tell you to pay child support. That would be your only duty as my child's father, because I'm not letting them meet you. Anyways, enough of that. Have you been speaking to Lucy recently?
God, you talk a lot. No. Ever since I quit, I stopped keeping in touch with her. Why do you need to know that anyways?
Oh! Well, you'll be surprised to hear this one, too. She told me that after you two broke up, she found out that she was pregnant, too. Isn't that something?
What? You've gotta be freaking kidding me.
You are literally the biggest scumbag I've ever met. You got your wife and your side girl both pregnant at the same time. Then you quit your job because you didn't like people talking about you, and now you can't pay child support to either of them. What kind of man are you? You scumbag. What's more, you clearly didn't care about Lucy enough to be careful not to get her pregnant. Or were you being irresponsible on purpose?
I wasn't being irresponsible. It was just supposed to be a one-time thing for fun. I didn't mean for this to happen. What, is Lucy keeping her baby too?
Of course. She's going to squeeze every penny she can out of you for child support. She's going to raise her baby as a single mother. She's a businesswoman, after all.
Why is everyone trying to take money from me? This isn't fair for me. Don't you think I've gotten enough punishment?
Frankly, no. You're the one who cheated and got 2 women pregnant. This is just a consequence of your irresponsible actions, and you have to face them. You reap what you sow, as they say. If you don't pay child support for either me or Lucy, we'll have to take you to court again. I don't think you'd like that. So just be a good boy and give us the money.
If both of those children actually end up belonging to me, I guess I don't have a choice but to pay the stupid child support. Ugh. There's nothing else I can do about that. I don't have an income right now, so it would be hard for sure. You said your parents wanted me to work for them, right? What do they want me to do?
Oh, you're interested, are you? It's the kind of job where you can't cheat and you can't gamble. I don't know about drinking, but whatever. It's the type of place where you won't even have the time to use money like that. So I think you'll be able to save up a good amount.
What do you mean? What kind of job is that? Is the place close by from me? I don't have a car, so I hope it's not too far.
No, it's actually pretty far. I guess you could call it a long-distance job. To put it simply, it's a deep-sea fishing job. You'd be catching crabs and stuff out by the Bering Sea, between Russia and Alaska. Doesn't that sound fun? You'd be out on a ship in the middle of the ocean for months, so I don't think you'd be using that much money. Make sure you pack up warm.
What the hell? I thought you said your parents worked with real estate. I don't have time for your stupid jokes.
In the end, my ex-husband had to pay child support for both me and Lucy. And in terms of income, he didn't have a choice, so he packed up and left for the Bering Sea. I haven't heard from him since because I suppose they don't get much reception in the middle of the sea. Lucy and I realized that our children would essentially be half-siblings, so we felt a sense of companionship. We started to help each other out more and we became really close. We've been going out to eat together and we've actually almost become inseparable. We've been sharing info and ideas about raising our children. We both got pregnant about a few months apart, so our kids will be in the same grade. Lucy and I have promised to each other that we're going to raise them as siblings. I was a bit nervous to start talking to her, but the second we started talking trash about Alexander, we immediately clicked. We also have a surprising amount of common interests. We've decided that after we give birth, we're going to go back to work. We'll raise our children as single mothers, but we'll still have each other's support. We probably won't even feel like we're single parents. We're also going to have to rely on our parents a lot from now on, and I have a feeling it's not going to be easy. I wasn't planning on having a child after all. But for now, I just need to focus on my health so I can give birth to a healthy baby.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe for more videos.